Valencia, Spain. I have 226 irate torque thundering between my legs, my kickstand is up and I'm prepared to handle Circuit Ricardo Tormo on board the all-new Ducati Panigale V4, the most profoundly foreseen sport bike of the year. But on the other hand I'm slightly occupied by the sound radiating from the underslung fumes. It doesn't seem like the brand's conventional V-twin arrangement, since it isn't. The new Panigale is Ducati's first since forever V4 fuel generation bike. To place this in wording per users not personally comfortable with Ducati's history can identify with, the dubious move to a V4 is much the same as Porsche's deserting of air-cooled motors, or the jolt of hypercars. The 1103cc V4 imparts a format to Ducati's intriguing MotoGP race bicycle. Not at all like the more traditional 180-degree crankshaft found on V4-controlled bicycles, for example, the Aprilia RSV4. The Ducati utilizes a 70-degree wrench stick balance and a twin-beat terminating design that influences it to run like two consecutive V-twins, terminating with a 1-2 beat along one bank, a concise interruption, at that point another 3-4 beat. Close your eyes, and it sounds a bit like a Ducati V-twin, yet with a marginally less unpredictable and staccato mood. The sound is profound, intense and commonplace, related, however not precisely the same. To be reasonable, there have been V4 Ducatis, yet they weren't generation models, the constrained creation Desmosedici RR, which was basically a street-legitimate spin-off of the 2007 season MotoGP bicycle, and the 1960s Time Apollo model, a disastrous would-be Harley executioner, of which just two were assembled. The power plant's one-of-a-kind highlights, for example, a counter-turning crankshaft that lessens the gyroscopic impact of moving parts to enable the bicycle to corner while diminishing the propensity to wheelie, are likewise gotten from the organization's MotoGP bicycles. All things considered, the new V4 produces 214 drive, or a staggering 226 horsepower with the discretionary Akrapovic race deplete, and 91.5 pounds-to-foot of torque at the wrench. For some car point of view, that is about twofold the ability-to-weight proportion of a la Ferrari, bringing this current bike's intensity per pound nearer to Formula 1 auto region than any road-lawful four-wheeled vehicle. While it delivers incrementally more power, plus 9 horsepower, and marginally less torque, minus 2.7 pounds-to-foot, than the active 1299 model, this one revs to 14,500 revolutions per minute in the initial 5 riggings and 15,000 revolutions per minute in 6th, spreading its torque all the more equitably over a more extensive rev run. The outcome is a bicycle that is simpler to ride, and all the more urgently, less demanding to ride quick. The Panigale feels thin and minimal, with a 32.4-inch situate stature that may feel somewhat tall for shorter riders, however is common for a superbike. The cockpit seat is ruled by a refreshed 5-inch TFT screen that uses another interface, controlled by means of an all the more consistently orchestrated arrangement of catches and switches on the left-hand grip. Look through the settings and you can deal with an apparently unending number of factors, from footing control and wheelie control to motor braking and lean point delicate ABS edges. Customized settings can fortunately be spared and reviewed. There are such a significant number of, you'll need your inclinations dialed in and safeguarded. Out of pit path and onto the track, the Panigale pulls ahead with a misleadingly low-pitched motor note and ascends quite a while ago-legged stream of energy. Though the active twin had a wild surge of low-end torque, the new plant feels more dynamic and straight. At the point when my intuition and ears revealed to me it may be an ideal opportunity to consider moving, I looked at the tach and saw just 8,000 revolutions per minute. Since redline doesn't come until 14,500 revolutions per minute, that implies I would have left an impressive 6,500 revolutions per minute on the table, or 5,000 revolutions per minute until crest drive at 13,000 revolutions per minute. You could short move the Panigale on a course, yet that'd get you cut around speedier activity. Remain on it, and there's a substantial extend of mid-range torque and an excited move to redline that tops off an amazing surge of energy. While the grip is required while drawing in first rigging, Ducati's purported quick-shift framework dispenses with the requirement for the left lever when moving any place amongst 2nd and 6th. Basically kick the foot lever up and the following apparatus connects with, tap it down, and rev coordinating updates the motor for the rigging beneath, empowering smooth mid-corner moves simply like any ordinary, paddle move prepared supercar. With 14 hands-over only under 2.5 miles, Valencia is a shockingly specialized track for this powerful superbike. A bigger scale track, for example, Circuit of the Americas, as utilized for the 1199 Panigale, may have been a more evident decision. Be that as it may, handling Valencia's first corner, a sharp left-hand clasp, uncovers this 430-pound cruiser alters course simpler than you may anticipate. Mid-corner following feels strong and stable, and the bicycle reacts reassuringly well to controlling data sources thanks to some extent to Ducati's new aluminum outline. Weighing just 9.2 pounds, the twin fight setup mounts straightforwardly to the motor, which is tilted 42 degrees in reverse for a lower focus of gravity. The casing's relationship to the motor offers included torsional strength for upgraded feel. The power plant, unexpectedly, is likewise utilized as a stay point for the back suspension and swing arm. Flick through the S's, and it takes significant restraint not to bounce on the throttle too soon. The power goes ahead with such promptness, it's anything but difficult to divert from your mood in the event that you rashly take advantage of the torque bend. Be that as it may, on the off chance that you do turn the throttle before now is the right time, the footing control framework consistently ventures in to spare your bacon from sliding. Your line may be bungled and you may wind up in the rock, yet unless you accomplish something exceedingly stupid, you ought to have the capacity to keep the sparkling side up. The framework can be set to one of 8 positions, one being the slightest prohibitive. At 3, there's somewhat less fierceness originating from the motor a mid-corner exit, however the 2 setting awakens the bicycle adequately, empowering enough back tire sliding to execute effortlessly controllable floats. What does the number 1 setting, the nearest to totally handicapping footing control, feel like? I didn't figure out how to attempt it. Yet, a kindred rider, who happens to be a previous AMA Pro Superbike racer, later depicted the setting as effing peppy. Obviously, all electronic frameworks, counting a slide-by-brake framework, which empowers you to back the bicycle into a tight spot by dragging the back plugs, can be impaired. I plunged as low as level 2, with 0 being off. Inclining toward the rider helps to keep my smooth Alpine S-Stars cowhines and carbon fiber AGV piece GPR protective cap, also my skin and bones, in place. Convey enough speed into the last corner and trail sufficiently wide to kiss the thunderstrip, and you're remunerated with an amazing impact of quickening as the back barrelets connect with the warm asphalt underneath. Despite the fact that there's to a lesser extent a propensity to lift the front end contrasted and the 1299, the nose still trips and helps enough to wobble as the torque exchanges through that minor contact fix of elastic at the tail. I wrestled the holds to stay locally available, holding tight with arm quality as the Panigale charged ahead, upshifts punctuated with the shotgun sound of unspent fuel combusting through the fumes. Toward the finish of the half-mile straight I saw a demonstrated 278 km/h, 172 miles per hour, before I utilized my abdominal area as an air brake and got a pack of front brakes. Crushing the lever sufficiently hard braces the Brembo monoblock-style lever plugs sufficiently down to influence the backside of the bicycle to lift. An impression of the sheer halting force and front-end hold the Ducati is fit for conveying. Once you've scoured off 100 miles per hour or thereabouts, it's a wide left, another short straight and after that hard lefter to begin the circle all once more. 2 winning notions ruled my sessions on board this dark red weapon, depletion and alleviation. Weariness since, well, notwithstanding its refinements and rideability, there are inborn physical difficulties to inclining 430 pounds of bicycle through 14 turns each 2.5 miles, ones that constantly prompt hardened wrists, sore muscles and spent center quality. The alleviation comes on the grounds that each protected entry once again into pit path, regardless of whether a couple of corners were bungled or the knee-dragging procedures were aced, is a decent one. One astonishing perception was, in any event amid the 78-degree Fahrenheit conditions, I didn't feel Ducati's critical motor warmth from the seat. The 2018 Ducati Panigale V4 puts a brilliant red shout stamp on the possibility that speed admirers are appreciating a brilliant time of pull and innovation. You don't need to be a cruiser individual to see that, notwithstanding furious rivalry from the Japanese enormous 4, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha and Suzuki, Ducati's V4 is as yet a relative executionist team. Its entrance cost of $21,195, or $26,995 for the V4's show with the trap electronically controlled all-in suspension, is basically the going rate for a sensible Korean car. We will dependably adore our autos here at Autoblog, yet we have a weakness for bicycles that join race-reared execution and forefront innovation, while conveying incredible value for the money. Through that crystal, the Ducati Panigale V4 conveys a shocking bundle that withdraws from custom while receiving a reassuringly rowdy, and properly future-accommodating, power plant, a 4-barrel pressed with enough soul to give penance for the loss of the dearest twin.